Hello everybody and welcome back to our little farming adventure. Now, this episode I said I was going to put a chicken pen up here and then some villagers here. Speaking of which, hold on. I did manage to bring some villagers over here. There's about 5 of them in here. I brought over 2 and kind of just let them breed up. There's only room for 5 beds in there. So technically, I could throw more beds in there and just breed up more of them, but I plan on saving 2 for the farm I'm about to establish, 2 for an actual breeder, and then 1 to get a mending villager. That's a whole thing. That's the reason I have a lectern in my inventory. I'll probably just throw that in my backpack for the time being. But right now, the main thing I need to worry about is setting up a chicken farm. There's gonna be an aesthetic farm like back here, but the actual like egg laying farm is going to be attached to the building, and this is going to become a retaining wall. This is where our storage area is going to be. There's gonna be a small greenhouse attached to the back for all the tree variants I need, and then it's going to actually flow off into a bigger storage room so that I have space for everything. So I'm going to have to do some grinding on that. I'm going to have to take down this wall a bit. I know there's going to be a walk up here. So maybe here, make sure there's like a little side door out this way so that they can get up to where the chickens are. And then maybe about here, I want to say, start the retaining wall. And the retaining wall is going to go all the way up to this level. So it's going to take some fiddling. I'm going to have to grind this back a bit, because I'm going to have to figure out where it's going to go to this area over here too. So I want to say I need to figure out where the path is going to go this way. Because I think this path is going to end up coming this way. Speaking of which, I also set up the enchanter. This still isn't full level enchanter yet, but I did go ahead and throw this up. I plan on removing this and actually putting this somewhere else. This is just the box that has all of my lapis and stuff in it. Plan on like hiding a crate somewhere over here with my lapis and stuff in it, and I still have to put the coarse dirt up here. But this is just a small project that's happening in between episodes where I'm just setting this up. Yeah, that's gonna work. Okay, it's going to take me a second to grind to get that wall going. So while we're waiting on the moss to grow, because I do have some going inside the house. I have it as a seed item. It's just growing. So while I'm waiting on some more of that to grow up, I'm going to... Okay, it was the crab making noise. I'm going to start figuring out how I want this building laid out. Because I know I want a door here for it, and I need a door over here for it. And I don't plan on it being a very large building. It is mainly used to house villagers for a specific trading function. So I don't need the building itself to be very large. Also, ignore the hoppers and stuff I have in my inventory. This is for the egg farm that I'm working on. Now, I don't need this farm to produce a whole lot of eggs. I only have a double chest in here for collection. But as long as this farm can produce at least a good chunk of eggs, I'll be fine. And I've left it off on this point because I don't want to make the silo too much bigger than the building itself. I want to give the building its roof first, and then we're going to worry about that. But my first step is going to be getting the stuff for the building, and I also need to get more of those tiles so I can continue working on that wall. Okay, discovered small problem. All of my houses have a foundation. I did not give the farm a foundation. So instead, now I walk in looking directly at the farm. There is stairs and stuff down here that still kind of work whenever I'm on the chest. But for the most part, they work perfectly fine. So... farm is still functional. I don't have to move it, which is great. I didn't want to have to move the farm. It's just slightly weird getting in and out of it, which you guys don't have to deal with. I'm the only person who has to deal with it. And I say, I don't care. Dang, perfect amount on that too. Awesome. But due to the positioning of the house, I'm not going to put another door out this way. I'm probably going to put their beds just like up against this back wall. Like whenever you first enter, there's going to be like 3 beds here. And their workstation's probably in this corner or something. Because I don't want too many of these villagers. At max, I'm going to need like 3, maybe 4 for the size of farm I have. By the way, I'm not increasing the amount of chickens I have in here. Once these, once the few baby chicks that are in here grow up, I'll have the right amount. I don't need more than this. At least I don't think I do. Once the farm starts producing pretty heavily, once all the chicks are grown, I'll look into it again to see how many more I actually want. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. But for right now, it's perfectly fine. Oh, I can just cycle their trades. Nice. Okay. Quickly run in here, grab all of these. I just need to secure their trades. Cool. And now they will sell me Farmer's Delight foods, which is great. And I think I'm going to bring in some cabinets and layer them here as an emerald storage. Whenever I start really getting a butt ton of emeralds, I'm going to need that storage. But for the time being, that is now established. Okay. Small change made to the exterior. I'm going to put the roof on it here in a second. But I wanted to have a difference of texture. When it was just the blocks of copper, it didn't look as good. So I've made a small change to add in these copper pillars into the center. How did y'all hurt yourselves? You stand on the pan, can you hurt yourself? What happened here? Sad little problem. I don't have enough copper to finish it. Because it takes a lot of just copper blocks. But you can kind of see what I was going to do. I was just going to block in the top. I am going to put some more slabs up there so it's a little bit more rounded. But I'm going to have to get some more copper in order to finish that off, which means a mining session. Probably in between episodes. And if I didn't catch it or I didn't keep it in the video, I had to remove the stoves that were in here. I originally had the stoves in here with them, but they kept hurting themselves on it. So instead, I've made the decision to just not. And just take their stoves away. There we go. Now you're leveled. Okay, and both y'all but basically offer me the same thing. And they also will take random ingredients as well. So it's just overall a good thing to have them. Okay. And the next step, now that I have eggs coming in, is to actually make a small chicken farm. Because aesthetically, I want this entire place to look like a farm. So I am just going to need just random farms in general. Okay, and another batch of good news that happened while I was getting set up for the next little bit of our project. I've finished out the farms. There's still pillagers over there. But these farms are now fully planted out. The only crop I am now missing is the cucumbers as far as aesthetic looks go. Also, I've kind of changed my mind about where I want the chicken farm. I think I kind of want it in this little backyard piece that they have on the building so that it can still kind of mesh with the rest of everything else. So I'm going to have to modify that area slightly and then put in some fencing and stuff like that. And there we go. It's kind of improvised. Like a lot of my stuff has been. It's just a little improvised. It's just a little elevated platform. Because I'll be honest, my family actually owns chickens. So I know a tad bit about them. I won't say I like help take care of them daily or anything, but I do know a few things about them. And whenever the area around them is very damp, which jungles tend to have heavy rainfalls, so having an elevated area for them to go back to that is covered is typically a good idea. I'm probably going to bring like coarse dirt and stuff back here, but both areas are cornered off. I swear, there's like covered caves and stuff that I have all over the place that ends up with zombies just in weird areas. But I actually have one of these pretty similar on a server, but it also has framed blocks, so I was able to make it a lot better looking. But I think this gets the feeling across. And I'm just going to need a few more eggs. Just toss them in there, and then eventually I'll have some chickens in there. But that gives us an actual aesthetic farm that has the creature in it, which is kind of my goal. Okay. Building's not done yet, but I figured I'd bring you guys back in to kind of see the progress on everything. Like I said, I'm doing the same design I did on my starter house. Over here, the dock's angled a bit differently. It's going to be a full wraparound of the building, just so I can make the upstairs a little bit bigger, because I am going to use this as a villager breeder / trading area. So I'm going to need the building to be a bit bigger. I'm not going to use a whole lot of villager trading, but just to help me get a hold to certain things and, you know, not have to mine constantly. I could just buy armor and tools and stuff like that that I need. I'm going to need a villager breeder in order to do that. So I did make the building a bit bigger. It is full wraparound. I'm probably not going to use the entirety of the wraparound area. I don't quite know yet. I know my inkling is to do so, but I don't know if I'm going to use the entire thing or just a portion of it. Not yet, anyway. Because the wraparound is such a large area, and it would make the building massive. Granted, that's also kind of what I'm going for. I think the downstairs is going to be mainly a storage area for the stuff I use with villagers. So any of the trading items, storage area for maybe my villager trading, like the bartering table that we have. Yeah, trading post. This allows you to just trade with villagers in general. You can just place it down near them and it will collect all of their trades. So I wouldn't have to go upstairs very often. Actually, now that I think about it, I think I am going to make the upstairs this big, because the upstairs is going to be where all the trading and stuff happens. So I may end up doing like a little bit of a greenhouse section for the greenhouse, or the different farming villager types. And then maybe do a greenhouse on this section, greenhouse on this section, and then do a normal building type just to fuse the two together. Or maybe do this part normal building and then do all of this greenhouse, and that way it angles up to the building. Maybe. Maybe. We'll see. But this is where I've gotten to. I need to go collect more materials. I don't have enough to finish this project just yet. But I do have the materials to do it. I just have to go collect them. Okay, second floor framing is in place. I know I kind of skipped from the first floor down to up to the second floor. This floor, or the main floor, is mainly going to be for my use. I'm going to have like little boats out here, crates and stuff like that. And then this is going to be like another small storage room for me to use, just so I can have more chest space in general. And then up here, this door is going to be locked for villagers, so I'm going to have like a trapdoor in front of it and stuff like that. And then this is going to be their sleeping / working quarters. I'm going to eventually have like some beams and stuff sitting in here to make some archways so that they can have their workstations in here. And then this is going to be a greenhouse for my farmer villagers. So their workstations are going to be back here. So I'm probably going to have a farmer and probably, I think we have villagers extended. Yeah, we do. Which means I can have one of the flower people in here as well. Which would be good. Now you'll notice back here, I didn't connect these two. It's because I don't know how I'm going to do the roof on that if I connect these two, because I would need to take out this portion of the wall and then finish this out. Actually, you know what? Let me go through and do that. Let me actually see how that looks. Okay, probably one of the weirder roof shapes I've had to do. It doesn't look that weird from this angle, but if I were to go over here... Hold on. There you go. Now you kind of see it. That's going to be the greenhouse. That's the reason it's not framed out completely yet. It doesn't have walls or anything. But that is that's a lower sloped roof going into the main roof. You can kind of see some more of the weirdness if I come around on this side. You can kind of see where it's slowly sloping up onto it. Right there. And this smaller roof right here actually matches up with the bigger one, at least on this side. So the whole thing's a little bit wonky. But good news is I'm almost done, which means we almost have a finished building. Whew, and there we go. Building is complete. Now there is going to be flowers in these flower boxes eventually. I just need to go collect some flowers and actually throw them in there. And then in here, I'm going to set up a small storage area. It's just going to be a few more boxes. I'm probably going to swap out these bits to be slabs so that I can actually fill these entire walls up with chests. And then I'm probably going to throw in maybe some barrels over here. And just in general, my other workstations and stuff need to come in here as well. But for the time being, this is just empty down here. And then up here, I have my dual door system, as one does. That has my villagers in here. Right now, their beds are just right there in the center. I'm going to put another 3 here, so we can continuously keep around 6 villagers in here. I don't really need all that many, but that's just how many I'm going to... Where is he? Hello. Alrighty, but that gives us 2 of our buildings done. Our area down here is starting to get very flushed out. I do have to take down this temporary building, but that gives us, I think I've done, in my first original episodes, I did 1 building per each, but I'm slowly ramping up because the buildings, I'm giving each building a purpose. So the buildings can be a bit on the smaller side, seeing as they're dealing with kind of only one thing. So a few of them are on the smaller side. Now this one is incomplete, but this one is because I have to do a mining session in between episodes in order to do that. But last episode we did this building and this building. This episode we did this one and this one. Now their functionality is having to be done off camera because just dealing with villagers and long mining sessions is irritating to do in a video. But I have been recording for quite a few hours. Oh, it is already close to 4 hours. I've been recording for close to 4 hours. So I am going to leave this video here. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you guys in the next episode. Bye-bye.